Thanks for being here, everyone. Pretty much what we're going to do, and what we do most of the time with the workshops, is chat a little bit about the piece of equipment, why it's useful, some examples of exercises, and then we kind of open it up to anyone that's been familiar with pieces of equipment like this. Obviously, with the kickboxing, the one thing that we don't have here, that we don't have for gym guys, but some clients have, is an actual punching bag. So we can talk about punching bags too today, so that we can get the whole programming into play with that in mind. Because I know that Dallas, at least when he's at his dad's house, he has a punching bag that's of use. And you've used punching bags in the past with some of your clients, so and I'm not sure if you...
Brandon actually, he's been on the fence about getting a punching bag.
Perfect.
He has the setup, he just hasn't pulled the
Needs to
trigger
pull
yet.
the trigger.
Yeah.
So.
And we've done some of this. We've used this before.
Perfect. So Pedro's gonna for sure know, and I'm sure you guys will too. So really, and then open it up to Q&A, talk about programming, things like that. So as far as the actual use of the equipment and why we even have it and what it can be beneficial for is, pretty obvious. Can anyone guess or would like to chime in on why anyone could benefit from using kickboxing equipment and what benefits it provides for
Core, cardio.
Core
Total
cardio,
body. Total body,
for sure.
Heart rate.
Heart rate.
Control.
All those things.
A high intensity workout.
Sure
Through
is.
and through.
The first thing I was thinking of, honestly, was just to change things up. Like, when does
100%.
someone work out with this?
100%.
And that's one of the main things that we always talk to people a lot about when we're doing our assessments and calls with potential new clients is how we keep things creative. It's the 3 C's that you guys should all know: convenient, customized, creative.
Yep.
So how creative is it if you randomly show up and say, we're kickboxing today? Like, what? Okay, maybe it sounds weird, but let's do it. And then all of a sudden they're having fun. So that's the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, switching things up. I know that Giselle in the past has done forms of kickboxing where she's just, doing air punching and stuff like that. And, you could do the same warm up, but actually have a stimulus at that point. And there's, of course, a benefit that I didn't hear from you guys: agility. Obviously, being able to be more agile on your feet, moving quick feet, quick steps. Another really big piece of it is not only total body for sure, but on top of that, it's not just all right, how can we get all these muscle groups recruited? It's how can we get the body more efficient at talking to itself, whether it's the left and the right side communicating or the upper and lower part of the body communicating.
Getting some skill-based freaking routines.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
There we go.
And then on top of that, I just took, for my continuing education, I just did an adaptive fitness class for helping people with learning and physical disabilities. And one of the big things that they talk about is people with especially learning disabilities tend to be more left brain dominant, and that's right brain dominant, the side for more creativeness, more art focus, more stuff like that. But they don't really use the left side of their brain that much on the analytical side, and just having someone cross their body from the right side to the left side, going past that center median of the body, can be super beneficial for trying to stimulate the other side of the brain. And so not only is it beneficial for just getting a more efficient body, more functional, but it's also helping someone get past, whatever side of their brain, which most of us have one side of the brain that's a little bit more dominant than the other. So another fun fact. And then on top of that, rotation, things that people aren't necessarily doing on a day-to-day. We sit in chairs that twist for us. We sit in cars that, why do we need to be twisting? Things like that. And there's a lot of opportunity to work on rotational exercises, rotational movements to help strengthen the core, like you said, Carson, so that there's less potential for back injuries, throwing the back out, things like that. So, that being said, we have 2 different ways of utilizing kickboxing equipment. This is obviously the glove. This is gonna be used either way, which I just put those on and it's fantastic how like structural it is. It just like really holds you in there. Obviously you don't feel the impact and then your wrists are really tight, locked in. So if people have weak wrists, no reason they couldn't handle this. These guys, I wrote it down. It's a something mitt.
It's called
mitt.
sparring mitts.
Sparring mitts, that's one way. Blocking mitts, sure. Unfortunately, my notes are on my phone, so I can't look at that right now. But I want to say something about precision, essentially. But the biggest thing is that these guys are oftentimes utilized for upper body movements, punching, things that you're going to be making impact that you have a little bit better control over. Once it gets to kicking, you don't want to miss
Everything goes
the
out
mitt.
the door, yeah.
Because people don't have the dexterity that they do with the upper body and
That-
with the lower body.
That's a great point because a lot of the clients that we work with, I mean, the reason they work with us is because they don't feel comfortable going into a gym. And if they don't feel
Right.
comfortable going into a gym, it's because they're not comfortable with most movements. And if they're not comfortable with most movements, then they probably don't have great eye coordination or dexterity. And so,
Right.
And I can think of, unfortunately, a couple different times where a client has almost hurt themselves because we're doing something with a ball or something.
Yeah.
And they just obviously don't have the best hand-eye coordination, and this would help with that.
Yes, it really does. But anytime you want to get to the lower body, you have a much larger surface area to work with, and it's one whole piece. It's really nice. There's some handles on the back that you can lock your arm into if you want, or you can simply hold it. Personally, for me, the only time I've ever used this on a client, embarrassingly enough, is with a 6-year-old, just because she wanted to get into kickboxing.
Oh, lucky.
So
Did
she had a lot of fun.
Did she take you out, or were you able
She
to?
never took me out,
Okay,
but
nice.
she really got into it.
Brandon almost took me out. We'll save the story.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've been lucky enough that I haven't dealt with anyone that can overpower the situation just yet, but definitely an opportunity for me to do it a little bit more. The one thing I learned with the 6-year-old is that these gloves were much too large for her, so she actually ended up using these
Oh,
as
wow.
her gloves,
Stab dude.
and then we were using just this.
Cool.
But yeah, and a lot of the videos that I was watching, the person's typically holding it on the side so that it's a lot less grunt work on you to have to have to brace your core, but rather they're able to kick from the side, or knee, or whatever the case is. But just because most of the people we work with, especially our usual average age client, they don't have the athleticism to really be too concerned about, or using these again just for the upper body and this just for the lower body, just to be certain that you're not going to get injured in the process. But an opportunity for you to get a little workout in too, right? Like even if you are coming from the side of it, that's still going to be bracing that you have to do, and who doesn't love a little extra core in the day?
Cool.
The other thing too is going back to agility. It's a lot of making sure that they're on their toes. So long as and the other thing is balance comes into play too, right? Because as soon as you lift a leg, now you've got balance, and as soon as you lift a leg and you move, now you've got this dynamic balance mechanism that you want to take with you want to progress slowly in something like that. Make sure that they can balance first if you're ever going to have them go off their leg, but opportunity there to work on balance and single leg work. And then going back to being on the toes, obviously you want to make sure that they have the ability to be on their toes and they're not going to fall forward. So for example, a lot of our clients over the age of 70, they are most likely working with us for a lot of reasons, but one of those is fall risk prevention. So obviously keeping that in mind, we want to be on the whole foot in that situation, and it's not so much about agility where they're moving really quickly. It's more like, okay, how can we make sure that you're controlled, sidestepping, side shuffle, crossing the body, but still maintaining proper balance. And so take it slow with them, but I'm sure that they'll love having something fun to punch or tap or whatever it needs to be. It doesn't have to be intense. That being said, a lot of the videos I was watching, if you're just focused on upper body you know, you got the gloves, you got the mitts, and you're holding them, and they're right here punching just really nice punches. It's just as simple as having like a high knee going at the same time and crossing the body and just keeping their lower body engaged no matter what they're doing, so that they have, one, the agility and the preparedness to do the movements at all, as opposed to being flat-footed. You're gonna lose balance a lot easier, but also for that extra calorie burn, all that movement really helps. Little aerobic conditioning. And the other thing too is because it's such an intense workout, HIIT style, cardio focused, full body agility, things that people aren't doing on a regular basis, it doesn't have to take the whole workout to do it. It could just be like, you get them warmed up, you do this for 15-20 minutes, they're going to be gas, and then you're focused on the rest of your workout. So it doesn't have to be a whole workout centered around it. But yeah, there's a lot that comes along with it, but it's a fun piece of equipment and really lightweight, really easy to bring in. So, you know, it's always nice when it's the easy piece of equipment to bring in. Any questions right now?
Cool. Let's get it going.
Yeah, absolutely. Who wants to do what?
But you give me something.
Okay.
Yeah, hold something. He can punch me. Good
Nice.
with it. Wanna kick or punch?
We're gonna start with punching.
Oh, let me turn on my boxing.
Perfect.
I haven't used that.
Right down to like the very bottom.
Actually, it was towards the top.
Was it really?
Yeah, alphabetical order.
Oh, good there. I swear mine always does.
So this might be an opportunity to say that you might have to enter your client's personal space to hook those on their wrists
Is it
to make
okay
sure
if
that
I
they're.
touch you?
Is it okay if I enter
Okay.
your bubble?
All good. Okay.
Okay. Awesome. So we've assumed that you guys have already warmed up a little bit. Now we're just getting into the workout. Heart rate's a little bit up, but not yet. So we're doing a little bit of, jumping up and down, agility, moving the body side to side.
With it. With it.
I got it all natural.
The goal here, you're with an able-bodied, non-fall-risk client. We're on the toes the whole time we're here. No matter what we're doing, you're on the toes. The first thing we're going to start with is just a simple, you're side to side and you're punching side across the body with the mitts. You're actually making contact here.
Oh, with
Oh,
Yeah.
with the mitts?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
So literally like,
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Breathing, remembering to breathe as you go through it.
am I still jumping or am I just kind of like
Right now
stationary?
we're just moving. We're just moving. How about we try
Oh,
some
do you
high
want-
knees? Now we're gonna work high
What
knees.
the? Am I still punching?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that
Is that awkward?
Just
Is that a
running in
thing?
place.
Oh, it's okay.
Just running in
Let me run in
place.
place.
See,
It
here's
seems
the
awkward.
perfect opportunity. Now we're working the brain.
I know.
You don't have to do that
How
high
about
of a knee.
try the bounce
The bounce?
and a cross jab every time. Yeah, so you do it. Yeah,
There you
you
go.
It's awkward. I'm not a boxer.
Exactly. It is awkward. Awesome. Go ahead and pause for a second.
Oh my
Nice, nice, dude.
Yeah, so now we're working the brain. Like I said, it works upper half, lower
It
half
does.
at the same time. But at the same time, you know, Pedro has a really awesome warm-up exercise he has people do where it's fast feet and slow hands, keeping good control of both sides of the, you know, tempo. It's the same thing. Now your high knees at the pace that makes the most sense for you to be able to still cross the body, but still work the lower half at the same time.
Yeah, that was a lot, dude. You
That
crushed
was a lot.
it.
You did great.
It was like the best minute workout of your
Yes.
life right
Yeah.
You guys, you taught me. I don't know. It did feel good.
It looked great. It looked
Alright.
great.
So obviously that's very high intensity. You're getting your heart rate up. You're moving really quickly and consecutively. Now it's more let's lunge forward, jab, back, forward, jab, back.
Cool. Both hands still? Or is he just going one side?
He's gonna go one side,
Got me.
one big lunge backwards
What?
instead of the two shuffle forward. Big lunge.
Oh, big
Yep.
ones?
Two forward.
Oh.
You're still going,
Mhm.
yeah. So a little jump, side, cross,
Look at some
Jump.
power into it.
side, cross, back.
Woo! Yikes!
So
Watch
maybe
out!
Pedro.
Watch out!
And so let me pause for a second and just talk about what you were just doing, which might not come naturally to a client, is the fact that you are using your hips to drive that power. And that's something a client might not do. A client might come up and they're here, their hips are no longer a part of the movement, and now it's a lot on the low back and the core to do the work.
They'll literally just be straight up.
They'll come at it straight up, they'll hit, or they're side, and then they're not really gaining much power. So reminding them, it starts with the hip. Hip is shifting forward as we punch, gives you the power.
Cool.
Small cues that mean a lot. Saves the back over time, strengthens the core, improves the efficiency of the chain, the various chains of the body. Next.
Oh. Good job. Good job. Ooh, little double
Nice.
tap. Zombie
Nice.
Nice.
Awesome. Now we're gonna go fast. You're on your feet just like here. I'm working jump, underhand jump. And pause for a second.
Whoa, that one was fun.
That one was fun. Oh, we got people coming by. Awesome.
Punching the air was fun, but a little.
Still contact?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'll go kind of nice.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh, this is fun.
Are you a lefty?
No.
But he's working on it.
Yeah, that left feels solid.
You feel that? Yeah, I'm stabilizing the wrists. It is my problematic ones, that's probably why.
Carson, don't let
Focusing.
push you around so much.
I know.
Stay strong.
Remind me
Square
not to
your
ever
feet.
Fight
Yeah.
Francisco, man. I'll lose.
Oh,
I know.
yeah. Awesome. Go ahead and pause.
Call you for protection.
Okay, so some warm-up exercises that you can do to work on the balance and just kind of getting the heart rate up. Just a simple knee up kick, switch side knee up kick, kick,
do
same
so
thing,
many
kick
clients.
back.
Do you like three-legged dog? We'll go three-legged dog or what?
Yep,
Nice.
could be that. Could be more kicking straight backwards and forward. Yep.
Back, forward. I'm just doing this in my flow yoga class.
Flow yoga? That sounds cool.
Yeah, flow, yeah.
Yeah, that is fun. Awesome. Go ahead and swap. Go over to the pad,
I'll do it.
Tide pad.
You want to switch? Want to take a couple shots?
Nope.
Alright.
So we can show the back of it. So
Bless
the
you.
back
Thank
has
you.
handles. Really awesome opportunity to either hold on to them here or loop your whole hand here. I mean your arm. Either way, try to keep it to the side of you so that you're not coming straight on. Potential for injuring the back and just a better stance in general for anyone who's doing it. Awesome. So we're gonna go.
Did you see me
His
flex?
face.
My flex broke. I was like, oh no, I wasn't ready.
I'm not ready. So that's another thing. Communicate with your client, right? Make sure that you're ready for them to come in. They're ready for you to.
Can I touch you?
Ready to go. Okay. I mean, do what you want,
No,
but
I'm
I'm
just kidding.
thinking punch, punch.
I'm not trying
Hit.
to hurt the guy, but yeah. No, you'll be.
With
I'm
your
not gonna.
left foot. Left
Oh,
foot's gonna be
oh,
the one.
foot?
No, so like your punch, roundhouse.
Like.
Punch.
Ah! I'll go to the side one now.
Nice. Nice. Faster.
Oh yeah, jump on the tap.
Good.
Nice. One more. Nice. High knees into the mat.
High knees.
Not like that.
Yep.
I'll go. Good to start.
Okay.
Little slow motion there.
Now we're on the toes. Always on the toes. Yeah.
That's probably good.
That's good. Yeah, I like that.
Nice. 10, 9,
Oh, good.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for a second.
Okay.
Francisco's getting a workout now.
For real.
Yep. Well, you both are actually. Last 3. One more. And other side. Look at the other side, and then you guys can freestyle. 4.
I lost all that
5.
energy.
You're doing great.
6. Last 2. Powerful. All your core. One more. The last one didn't have a lot of power. Awesome. Take a second.
Good job.
It's just nicer when everyone's here. So we talk about having an ab finisher at the end. You know, you have some time. You don't know what you want to do. You want to get them exhausted by the end of it. This is a really good finisher. You know, plan for the last 15 minutes before you cool it down to keep it moving, keep it going, get the heart rate up again, all types of things. So, opportunity at the beginning of the workout, at the end of the workout, in the middle of the workout. Doesn't have to be the whole workout, 15-20 minutes. That's all you need. Walk up
And then
those.
going to sides like that, just kill the obliques, just get
Love
warmed
that.
up like right off the bat.
Yeah, lots of core, which is so fantastic. Lots of core, heart
I like your whole
underhand
I like the
jabs.
underhand punch. the
Underhand
uppercuts,
punch.
Those are cool. I can see that being just one that I would stick to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know, it's so funny. I've had this in the band the whole time and I haven't used it, and now I'll probably use it.
Yeah, and it
Just
could
like
also
every
be
workshop
like
that happens, I'll use it afterwards.
exactly, and that's the thing too. Is like we also talk about these pieces of equipment because you're kind of forced into using it at this point.
Cool.
Everyone gets a week with their clients to use it with every single client in some capacity.
Sweet.
Whether it's the whole time you're using it, or it could be the simplicity of having a 3 or 4 exercise circuit, and that's just one of the 4 exercises or 2 of the 4 exercises. So that's another really fun way to use it, where it's like, okay, we're gonna do plank jacks for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna jump into really quick tempo squats, and then we're gonna jump into cross-body jabbing really fast, and then we're going underhand for 30 seconds, and then they're completely gassed, and then it's like, okay, break, we're gonna do that 3 more times, or whatever the case is. So
Absolutely.
it can be used as a circuit
Hit
to kind of break it up a little bit, keep their heart rate up, but not force yourself to have to hold it for the brunt of 15 minutes, or for them to have to try and like push through some pretty crazy exhaustion. That and the slam balls seem to be 2 pretty tough things to keep someone moving quick the whole time. And then how about for someone in their later years, some of the exercises we did here, what does that look like for someone in their 70s, 80s, using some piece of equipment like this? How does it change?
Stationary.
More stationary?
I was thinking, one of my clients has neuropathy, so standing is probably going to be difficult. So maybe doing a variation of seated, just doing
Absolutely.
it seated down.
Absolutely.
Maybe being off to their side, doing this, and they can go across their body,
Yep.
getting some core
Yeah,
involved.
better Russian twist, more fun Russian twist.
Yeah, and then they can still, kind of jog their shoulders and still give some jabs too.
Yeah.
I can see a lot of seated stuff.
Yep. And then if you feel confident that they can at least move side to side, or you've been working on agility in that capacity with them, instead of a shuffle on the toes, it's just a shuffle, twist the leg and turn. More advanced for someone in their 80s, but
Yeah.
shuffle and turn.
Yeah.
Or just same
We have
thing.
worked up against the wall, so that would work.
Or if they're not capable to be on their feet, but you want to go a little bit harder than on the seat, they can also be kneeling.
Yeah.
You can't use your your lower half as much, obviously. You don't have the potential for that power, but the core is still involved, the upper body's still involved. You can still put some power into it, and there's balance involved with being on the knees.
Cool.
But the biggest thing with a piece of equipment like this, whenever you're doing something like a partner, essentially this is a partner exercise where you're holding and they're moving, is making sure that you guys communicate when you're ready to go, how many more, make sure that they are completely done punching before you take anything away, because the last thing you want is for them to take that last swing and fall forward or lose, control of their shoulder at that point and maybe injure themselves. So if it means that you have to over-assume and overcompensate by holding it a little extra longer, that's fine. Just make sure that you guys are constantly communicating with your clients when it does involve you being a part of it. And then just like anything else, reminding them to breathe. I think that's another really big one here. It's like they're gonna get their heart rate up. They're gonna forget to breathe.
Yeah.
They're gonna be too focused on the movement. So situations like that, even with push-ups, people forget how to breathe or forget to breathe in general. It's like giving them those cues, like, okay, we're gonna breathe in as you punch, and just like, you know, being loud if you have to, breathe with them, remind them when to breathe.
If my clients don't breathe, they get more reps.
Ooh, I like it.
There you have it.
Drill sergeant.
More reps.
Dude, that's a good one.
Dude, 'cause I tell them they're working out their lungs too. How do they expect to get a good? How do they expect to work their cardiovascular system if they're just gonna skip out on breathing? I mean,
I love that. No, that makes
Pet
sense.
peeve trigger.
yeah. Literally.
I love it. These gloves seem to be good for a lot of hand sizes. Mine are pretty small. Francisco's are maybe a little
Large,
higher than average.
medium,
Who knows?
Average, I
So-
would say.
I didn't try them with my young client. I felt like the arm length at that point comes into play a little bit because they probably would have been up to her elbow in length.
Those don't fit on my kids. I
So,
get them small.
yeah, we'd need to get kid ones for that. So if there's a kid involved that's young, then we would need to use something different. But again, you can use the mitts as their punching gloves, and then you're just using the mat at that point. And they're still able to take everything on without hurting their wrist. But there's less wrist support. Typically when they're younger, it's not as concerning. They don't have as big of a likelihood of injuring their wrist. It's like, yeah, but better safe than sorry. So if there are kids, just let us know. We can get smaller mitts, gloves. Anything else? Anything, Pedro, that you've done with Brandon, or that you think about doing with Brandon, or you've done in the past with someone that you would recommend or suggest as another form of exercise for?
Honestly, my favorite is one thing that I had him do was where he has to follow my motion in a squat. So he's just doing jabs. So like if I was the trainer and you were the client, yeah, you're doing jabs, and then you have to come down as I come down. And then we're back up, and then we're back down, and then I'm pulsing at the bottom.
Pulse.
And then I'll just, then we'll say I'll speed it up now. So on one count, up, down, exactly. Yeah, have him change it up. That's one thing that I really like.
Nice. Mirroring is always fun.
And then yeah, I always go back to that fast feet right when they're done as like a finisher move. So yeah, left, right. That's probably my favorite. The only thing I would note is on the kicking. Like, I mean, you felt when he was kicking you, like,
Yeah.
right?
It was solid.
Exactly. And so just letting them know to not go 100% on their kicks. Like have them
like 20.
yeah, like have them start off at like
I was just.
have them start off at like 50, maybe 10%. But no, if you could just tell them like slow speed first, and then you can have them ramp it up as you go along. As long as you, the trainer, are comfortable with how hard they're hitting. That's the main thing, is for you guys to be comfortable with what you're doing. But
Definitely know the client enough.
yeah, exactly. But like either way, on the first session, you're always gonna be figuring it out. If you love it and the client loves it, then you're bringing it back on a regular basis, or throwing into the programming every now and then. But if you think it's awkward and weird, and the client didn't absolutely obviously love it, and they were challenged in a way that you don't think would be beneficial to continue challenging them in that way, then I mean, don't give them something that they don't like, or don't.
Yeah.
Take the loss.
Don't take two. Yeah, just
It'll
take
be
the
a
loss.
win in the end.
Exactly.
Win the battle.
Take the loss.
Win the war.
But for the most part, no, just start slow, and honestly, start slow with all the movements, because they're not going to be very confident in them.
Yeah.
Just like Shelby said, it really does challenge their mental capacity a lot. So starting slow, making sure that you just do everything you normally do on a hyped up basis. So even more exaggerated examples, more reps, half speed when they do it, and then build up to the full speed so that they are comfortable with what you're having them do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the main thing.
Yeah.
I've never had him do those uppercuts with the pads holding them down, so that was really cool. If I ever take it back to him again, I'll definitely do that. Or
When you take it back to him?
When I take it back,
It was dumb.
When I'm assigned the.
When he takes them tomorrow. I'm just kidding.
It's a great workout.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah, Francisco was, getting close to sweating after just 5 minutes, so
Nice, nice.
awesome.